guys, I'm just Joshin, and welcome, oh no, to episode 38?
Yes, he did
of our Pokemon Gold and Silver Randomizer Soul Link with our good buddy Totter. The numbers are getting up there, man.
What's the good word, friends? It's Totter here, and I'm not real sure what Josh would be doing without me here to remind him from time to time what the episode numbers are, but he doesn't need me anymore, because, you know, this is the second episode in a row where he's able to pull it out of the old brain and just spit it out, and I'm proud of you, man. That's all I gotta say.
A couple seconds too late. I'm pretty sure if you weren't here, I'd be on episode like 742 by now, but yes, nonetheless.
Welcome to Pokemon 742. I gotta get back to the hospital pretty soon.
That's like generation
back,
15.
Guys. It's a new day. It's a new recording session for us as well, which is very exciting. I got some water with me. Speaking of water, we're going to be taking on Misty in today's episode. We're going to start off with that. If you guys are wondering why the heck we're in Cerulean, how we got here, why there's a weird stolen power plant part taking up space in our valuable space, I must say, in our pocket, make sure to check out the last episode over on Totter's channel. Link in the description below. It was what would you call it? A roaring good time.
I don't know if I call it a good time, but there's a lot of roaring going on. That's for sure.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, it was something. You know, it happened the first time, and we're like, I mean, spoilers at this point. I assume you go back and watch at this point, because right when we say the word spoilers, you gotta get out of here. Go watch it, and also go sub to Josh or wait, that's on my channel. Never mind. But yeah, watch the last episode, see the things that happened to Josh, feel really bad for him, and then come back. So now that I can tell you that you just saw a Houndour and a Houndoom both roar him to pieces, and we cried. That was pretty much it.
The good news is, after we finish off Misty, because it's gonna happen, it's gonna be very easy. After we beat her, we have several encounters in today's episode. Got a couple errands to run as well. Hopefully we don't get roared to death today. We have 3 encounters. We're gonna get a Cerulean City encounter, we're gonna snag the Rock Tunnel encounter, and at the very end of today's episode, we'll be in Lavender Town as we have to go return the power plant part, and then go to Lavender Town to get an upgrade to our radio card, and we will get an encounter, I believe on Route 12, which is below Lavender Town. But before we do any of that, we gotta go beat Misty because apparently we need 16 badges.
She's gonna be angry too, which I'm not even gonna deal with that girl over there. That's probably her friend. Misty probably told her about the date that we ruined. She's probably just as angry as she is.
No doubt. I just 5-headed it, and I just walked around the entire gym.
Oh!
You're not supposed to have surf by this point, but I came from the Johto region.
I forgot. Dang it. I forgot you could do that. You can walk around that perimeter, can't you?
I didn't think so at first. I thought it was walls, because like the texture's kind of weird, but then I just went for it and I started walking on it, and I was like, oh, they really are just gonna let me go straight to Misty, I guess. I mean, why not?
It just tells you how long it's been. Oh, crit with the Aeroblast! That's how long it's been since I played this gen that I had forgotten little things like that. I could have just avoided everybody. Look at me, I'm not even healed up. I mean, it's Sunday, you know, we've been lazy.
I should probably check that too, actually. And I'll tell you what, I'm very glad you jumped into that battle, because both of us would have just jumped into this Misty fight unhealed. So probably, look, I'm not expecting it to be a tough fight, but nonetheless, probably good to at least give the team as good a fighting chance as humanly possible. As I said, it's a new recording session, so it's been a couple days for us since we've played this. I totally forgot where we left off, to be honest, in terms of health. So glad we were able to heal up before actually fighting Misty.
You know, the boys just needed a warm-up session. That's all they did. They gotta get the joints warmed up. They gotta do a little bit of stretchies, do some jumping jacks, and prepare to upset Misty one more time. And then we'll be like, all right, we'll finally leave you alone.
This is semi-related to what you just said, but not actually at all, really. Have you ever gone to a chiropractor, like a professional chiropractor, to do any sort of chiropractic work?
I have not, but the older I get and the more busted up and bruised my back does get, the closer I'm gonna be to actually like giving one a shot, just to see if it helps. But
see, I'm only 25, but there are several mornings, and my posture's not great. This chair had like a little lumbar support thing back here that's supposed to help your posture, and the first thing I did when I put it together was, yeet, get that out of here. So that's probably not helping the old back. But there's some mornings I wake up and I'm like hunched over and I feel like I can't twist more than 40 degrees or I'm gonna split in half. And the chiropractor, day by day, sounds more and more interesting. And you see some of those videos online of them, like, crunch, like just snapping someone like a bowl of Rice Krispie treats.
Oh, man.
It's got me very interested.
It's like a combination of horror and relief, like on the other end, watching it go down. You're like, me next, me.
Yeah, the ones I don't like, I like when they twist the legs around and the back kind of cracks, or they'll like crack the arms and stuff. What I don't like is sometimes they'll like grab their head and they'll like pull it real fast, and you'll hear like a thunk, and it's like you wait with bated breath for the person receiving that to move, and then as soon as they move and they're okay, you're like, oh, that looks fun.
You're like, they are not a piss dispenser! Stop doing that! It's like, that's not cool. You're not gonna get a piece of candy if you pull their head that hard.
Human bobblehead.
Yeah, you're gonna get a murder. That's what you're gonna get.
It is very scary. Yeah, look at that. Look at the strats. She really provides the path. It's so kind of her. And there's very water.
There are flaws in your gym design, Misty.
Well, she's not. You typically need, what is it, the 5th badge, Koga's badge to use Surf? Not in our case.
No, we are from the Johto region. We do things how we want.
Right. Without further ado, it's funny that it cut the word expecting with X being cut off at the beginning, because that's basically what happened in the last episode at the end of it. Oops, sorry about that, Misty. I was expecting you, you pest! You may have a lot of Johto gym badges, but you better not take me too lightly. My water-type Pokemon are tough.
Okay.
Your gym layout wasn't too tough, I gotta say, so I'm not too concerned about the water.
Alright, what we got? Raider Thomas with
a June 42. Ooh, the return of Sparkster.
Makes me a little on the sad side, because now I gotta switch and probably take a Thunderbolt, I bet.
I've got a little bit of problem myself, actually. I hate to admit this, but I'm kind of scared of this Jumpluff.
I can't remember what a Jumpluff would have at that juncture. I've never used one in a playthrough. I've always wanted to. There's the Thunderbolt. Let's eat it. Let's eat it.
That's powerful.
I ate it, but
strong.
that's crit range. What do I do?
Jumpluff is very scary for my team. Grass destroys Doug, it hurts Felicia. Flying destroys Zia, it hurts Malone. Fazoli's a fire type, but he's half his level. I think I gotta Malone it up. I think I gotta Malone it up and at least scout. I gotta scout and see what this thing knows. Cotton Spore.
It's Cotton Spore, so you're gonna go last in that turn, that's for sure.
Yeah. If I can see a couple of this thing's moves and feel safe, like if it doesn't have Sleep Powder. If I feel safe enough, and there really aren't that many powerful flying type moves in this generation that this thing could know. It's not gonna know like fly, it's not gonna know wing attack, it's not gonna, I would feel comfortable going out into Zia.
Yeah, there aren't any flying attacks that oh Jesus, that hurt! Okay,
even an electric type? Oof.
Alright. How about
another quick attack? Scary.
I got Tail Whip, and that's the issue I'm dealing with now. And I just stayed in crit range, so I'm already rolling the dice here. But see, the tail whip is forcing me to switch now, which really stinks. And if I get pro played T-bolted, switching into anybody else, I'm gonna be a sad boy. But I think I have to, because even if I heal up and he quick attacks me again, I'm back in crit range. So maybe I'll go to Starbucks, I guess. Maybe if I'm lucky enough, he won't T-bolt me. I could throw a sludge at him, because I can eat at least one T-bolt. Assuming he does. Okay. Okay, well that all hinged on him not T-bolting me right there, so I can sludge it up. Oh, and he tail whips. He's playing this quick attack game, man. He wants to be a physical attacker. He's trying to be something he's not.
Take advantage of it.
Just be yourself, Raichu. Just be yourself. Now you're dead.
Right.
So
thankfully this Jumpluff, yeah, I went ahead and just put it to sleep. Go into Zia. I saw Cotton Spore, Leech Seed, Sleep Powder, which okay. Oh, you didn't die.
It's very much a support Pokemon, that's for sure.
Yeah. Oh, he's taking a little snooze. So, okay, nothing to worry about any further. A little scary for a second there. Grass Flying is a scary. Until Fazoli gets up to snuff, that's a pretty scary type combination for my team to face.
Yeah, I don't know that there's any other grass flying that you got to deal with though.
Nah, no Tropius in this generation.
No Tropius. Nope. What makes my heart well with happiness knowing that Tropius is a threat to somebody.
It would be an extreme threat to my team right now once we get Fazol 47.
Oh yeah. All right, X-Chomps, you need to break through. Get that sand out of your eyes. There's no Enter Sandman going here. There's no Metallica playing. There's no Exit Light. Yeah, make Kabutops enter Night. Take his scythe and go off to Neverland.
Ooh, all right. At least you know that's a crit, so you know how much a crit does.
Yeah, so I should just heal and hope for a not crit, and I can get after him. Because even if
it's always good information to have.
Yeah, because if he doesn't crit, try to use Endure, get Pro Played. Do it again. Do it again. And you didn't.
Failed to predict. All right.
Yeah, that's sad boy. Sad boy.
You think 47's her ace?
I would think so. I think I've only got one left, and I had 42, 44, 47. I would assume so. Oh no, I got two left. Never mind. What?
I gotta. But that was her ace, thankfully. Wiggly, I got a Stantler coming in, so I'm really crossing my fingers that I don't get just. Well, I mean, I could stall this thing out with Steelix, but I don't want to deal with the flinches, so I'm hoping, even though I'm 8 levels under, I could outspeed and just double kick this thing. Let's go!
I'll say that thing looks like it's about ready to have a stomping good time, but you outspeed it, so never mind.
I did outspeed him, but...
Wow.
We'll take those high rolls. We take those.
I was about to say, you outspeed a Stantler 7 levels under? That's... Wow, I didn't realize Air Cross is that fast.
Right? It's so fast and so powerful. And it's not like, typically when you have like a glass cannony Pokemon, it makes up for it by like being pretty frail, but it's not even that frail. It's got a quad weakness, but it's not that frail.
Dude, not Wigglytuff, Weezing is trying very hard for me to like it because he has been incredibly useful in this playthrough. Like him and Electabuzz both.
I was thinking about that the other day. Like, I don't personally like Weezing that much. I think we talked about it in a previous episode. When something's associated with Team Rocket, I just instantly don't like it as much for some reason. But at Starbucks, I don't think I realized how good its stats were. It's been really pulling its weight.
Oh, big time. I wonder if it gets like Sludge Bomb. It'd be nice to have a little bump up from Sludge. That'd be great.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if it didn't.
I've been resisting looking up movesets for at least Pokemon that we have, just because I want to be surprised, like we do get something cool. But I also get the feeling, because I know a lot of starters, for example, and a lot of other Pokemon don't learn like their top tier moves, like their Hydro Pumps and their Flamethrowers and all that until like 60s, which would just
Gen 1 and Gen 2 level up movesets are just it's a
very
good thing.
stingy.
Yes, and part of it's nice. Part of it's just like they, didn't have all the storage space to put in and they just hadn't thought of all these different moves. So there were just less moves to give all these Pokemon, but it really when you go like 10 or 15 levels without getting anything, and then you get there and it's, all right, I hit level 45, Screech! It's very disappointing.
Or if you're playing Gen 1, and because the way they set up the leveling up for getting moves, they base it on at what point you find these Pokemon in the game. So if you find a Magmar, for example, on like Route 2 in a randomizer, it won't learn a move until like level 39.
Yup, because they're like, well, there was no breeding in the game. Oh, I skipped some stuff. I admit you are skilled. Here you go. It's the Cascade Badge.
She was too angry anyway. Now she's even angrier. She's gonna throw us out, drop kick us.
You couldn't breed, so it's like, well, the earliest that you could possibly catch a Magmar is 35, so we don't even need to put moves in the beginning. Excuse me?
Like, I didn't think anybody would ever, like, hack into our games in the future.
Right? We did it. Are there many strong trainers in Johto, like you, I mean? I'm going to travel one day so I can battle some skilled trainers. That's fun. We were just talking about traveling before the epi started.
Yeah, good luck with that date, Misty. Hopefully, we won't tell them that we just beat the ever-loving Tara out of your Pokemon.
No. Whose turn is it? By the way, it is time for the encounter. So who? I know I got roared for the last 2 encounters, but I can't remember which order I got roared in. I think you went first last time.
I did. But here's another question. I don't know if you can reach this far back into the vault, but you've surprised me before. What was the Pokemon that you encountered on Route 10 when I found that Goldeen? Do you remember? Because I forgot to write it down.
Did we catch it?
Hitmontop, was it?
That sounds right. That sounds correct to me. I can check in the box very quickly. We caught it, right?
I think so. We could always check it later too. I was just curious. I don't think it's a pair we're gonna wind up using anyway because we have like 5 million water types anyway. Unless people clamor for us to use Goldeen. I believe it's this Tyson. I believe it's Tyson the Hitmontop. Tyson, yeah. So you are correct. That sounds right. All right, I'm all healed up, so I guess I'll go hang out in the gym. And
I guess in that case, a little awkward to just be fishing in someone's place of work to get an encounter, but you know, we're not desperate for encounters. But I'm interested in getting anyone possible.
It almost feels like we're stealing Pokemon now, because you think you're in a water gym, they probably have them all out running amok, just
like an aquarium type thing.
Getting strong, and there's a Charmander!
Oh, you're not supposed to be in the water.
You'd be dead.
Your tail light's gonna go out and I'll cry like I did in that episode of the anime. When I was a kid, of course, not as a full-fledged adult. I would never cry at an episode of Pokemon Bye-Bye Butterfree.
We are men! We don't cry!
There's a stupid butterfly Pokemon, why would I care? It's not like it's the first Pokemon Ash captured on his journey or anything in it.
Guys, we're gonna have to end the episode right now, we'll be back.
Sorry guys. I need the technical difficulties. What's up?
Yeah, I was trying to do the voice and my eyes started watering just... you ever throw voices? Okay, this might be just a me thing, but like, you ever throw voices like so hard that it like makes your eyes water? Does that ever happen?
Absolutely.
Or is that me?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Typically, it's when I'm attempting to hit the high note of Into the Unknown from Frozen 2 soundtrack. But yes.
Right. All right.
Nope, can't do it.
Nope, I'm gonna start crying. What we got?
What are the chances? Not an illegal pair, of course, but still pretty nuts.
And it would have been dupes anyway, so.
Oh, you do have a Charmander,
reasons we can't catch this. Yeah, so let me get out of here, because totally don't count. I hope there's not just Charmeleons in here, or else this pair is just gone.
That would be pretty upsetting. Is there anywhere else you can get a Cerulean encounter?
I do have an Old Rod, though. That would probably
you could Old Rod might give you something different. If it doesn't, I think you can technically surf outside of the cave where Mewtwo is. I think there's like a small part of the water where it's technically Cerulean. You might be able to sneak in and get an encounter there if it ends up just being Charmeleons, but we'll see first.
Yeah, I'll do one more, and then I'll get out the Old Rod and see what that does. Oh, you fished and got another machine part. Hey, what do you know?
You could start your own power plant.
Now that machine will be super fixed. All right, what do we got? It's Old Rod time, because there's a lot of Charmeleon in here.
There are a lot of Charmeleon. I don't even know why I'm calling you Dexter, but that's what popped into my mind, so welcome, Dexter.
Dexter's Laboratory.
Ooh,
I can't do that voice. All right, come on. If an Old Rod now, it's gonna be like Charmanders or something, like the younger version.
It's Tell Us Tuesday, right? By the way.
Yeah.
That could be a decent Tell Us Tuesday question. What was your, other than, I mean, my answer's probably gonna be Pokemon, which is extremely boring. But what was your favorite show? Like, did you have a number one? I'm sure it changed year to year, obviously. But if you think to your childhood and you think of like a single, big rips, it's Dupes technically?
It's a dupe. Well, it's a dupes because I've caught one, but I guarantee I'm not gonna come across another one. I'd put up with a Beedrill just for the sake of getting through this encounter, because I don't think, Wait, you said there might be some water in Cerulean, right? Possibly?
Well, not in Cerulean, but like if you surf, you see like on my screen, like this water to my left, if you surf here, is that technically Cerulean? Like if I stand right here, and look at the Pokegear, it says Cerulean City, so I would assume that water above me is also Cerulean City. You would have to surf all the way around, but there might be a spot that's technically Cerulean that you could get an encounter surfing, which should be hopefully not Kakuna or anything else garbage, yeah.
I mean, Charmeleon would have been amazing, but had you not already caught a Charmander, but, you know, it's okay. But, honestly, I mean, I could catch the Kakuna, but, I don't know, what do you think are the chances that we'd bring that one out, do you think?
I don't know. You think that's technically Cerulean right there? You did? Let's go ahead and call that technically Cerulean. I think that's Cerulean. Yeah, that's Cerulean City, by the way. That's 100%, without a doubt, Cerulean City. You should catch that.
I know, I should. I feel like I should do the right thing and run though. I feel like I'm still in that part of the route though.
But the problem is if it's here, I'll tell you what, hold on. Let me go mimic exact. I'll speed up button to save us a little time.
Oh,
let me go exactly where you are. I will die, dude. That's one of the only that's one of the only 4 ice types in the whole game, and it's without a doubt the best one. So if we could pair Articuno Charizard, hate to say it, what's our pair? Entei
and Dragonair. Which is fine because the Dragonair wouldn't evolve this entire playthrough anyways. Because, you know, I gotta get it at like level 55, so.
See, I'd almost be tempted because Charmander's gonna level up faster. It's already level 20, and so you were like right here,
there.
right?
Yeah, right about there, yeah.
Please.
But yeah, I mean, I'd be all about it. Oh my god! I'm so glad I didn't run. I glass half emptied that whole thing, and I was like, it's not Cerulean, I gotta run! Oh, what a silly boy.
Oh, thank goodness. What an encounter. What a pair. Well, and if something horrible happens to Entei and Dragonair, which we obviously don't want to happen, we do have a replacement for it because we don't have any ice types on the team. That's pretty sick.
And I would love me an Articuno. I'm gonna start, I'll Twister at once. Should be able to eat a Twister. It's 6 levels under, but it's just a Twister. It's a stab Twister, but it's just a Twister. Should be fine.
Think so. Fingers crossed. Yeah, man! Oh my goodness! Now you keep getting these legendaries, and the capture rate is a little difficult. So
I can't believe I almost ran.
Fingers crossed for catching it.
I forgot Dragon's weak to ice.
I was just about to say, well, we have a perfect replacement on its way.
I wasn't thinking about that until the powder snow hit, and I was like, wait a minute. It's like Dragon is weak to something, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Yes, it is, Totter. Yes, it very much is.
I know we haven't seen many ice types over the course of the playthrough, so it's difficult to... It slips the mind a little bit.
Alright, Articuno, please, if you would. Look, the ball is the same color as you. It, like, matches you perfectly.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It is. Well, apparently Articuno disagreed with me because he's like, no! I won't!
I'm not beautiful.
You were about to run from me. You didn't want me after all.
Oh,
yes, I do.
While you're catching that, I forgot to tell us Tuesday question. What if you think it's your childhood? Dude, let's go. That's such a pair. That is a boss pair.
So cartoons you were mentioning?
Yeah, it doesn't even have to be a cartoon. Could be like maybe a non-cartoon show. Just any show that you think back to your childhood and you remember. Again, it probably changed based on the age that you were. But is there like one ubiquitous show that you're like, childhood? That's my childhood show. That's my stuff.
I'm typing it out right now. Love Johnny Bravo.
That's a great show.
Johnny Bravo. Johnny Bravo, pretty much anything Cartoon Network.
I was gonna say, were you more of a Cartoon Network kid?
Oh gosh, see, you know, like both had really good cartoons. A huge SpongeBob fan. What else did I watch on Nickelodeon that was? I mean, I'd have to sit down and look at a list of cartoons.
Pretty solid. I used
Fairly
to
Odd Parents was amazing.
And Jimmy Neutron, and when they did the crossover episode, that broke my world open.
Yeah, but man, so many fantastic shows back. I don't even know what they play on, like, is Cartoon Network still a thing? I would assume it is. It is
weird seeing that blob, by the way, as your Flymon just go across the map as you're choosing where to fly, seeing the little melted Play-Doh.
As I fly to the wrong location, I forgot we're going to the power plant. Crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, those basically anything from those two shows or those two networks. But as far as like what's there now, yeah, I haven't looked in so long.
Yeah, same.
But then after that, it was pretty much just South Park and Archer forever. that's when I was watching TV, and that's pretty much it for me. I mean, I watch the occasional anime still. That's what I'm more into these days. But other than that, it's yeah, as far as childhood goes, pretty much put Fairly Odd Parents, Johnny Bravo, Samurai Jack was a good time. Courage the Cowardly Dog was a good show.
Oh yeah.
Any of those.
Boy, Josh, you an Ed, Edd and Eddie fan?
Oh yes, Ed, Edd and Eddie was fantastic.
Can't go wrong with that. That's a great show too. I watched. They showed even though it wasn't a Cartoon Network show, they did Pokemon reruns on Cartoon Network as well, so I was pretty much already on Cartoon Network to watch most of those shows you mentioned, so I also watched a ton of Pokemon on there, just from that as well. I think I dipped out probably around... maybe like late Johto probably is when I stopped watching some... No, I definitely remember early Ho and stuff too, so probably early Gen 3 I stopped watching some of the anime, but I mean, that's like 3... Well, when did original Pokemon came out in like late 90s, and then Ruby and Sapphire probably came out, what, in like 2003?
Yeah, because I think the games were 2003. I remember I had just started high school when those games came out, and I was
so that's like 4 or 5 years of watching the same show. That's probably the biggest one for me. Let's grab this guy's part. Don't take that.
Yes! What? Sorry.
I'm glad you didn't hear me say, let's grab this guy's part. I meant, let's give him this part, which doesn't sound any better.
That's the missing part from my beloved generator. You found it. Ah, thank you. Here, take this TM as a reward.
My
Sarah,
TM's
tell you
fitting
everything.
for what I just said.
Oh, yeah. That's perfect. PG, Josh, PG.
Yes, of course.
Is
Oh my
growl.
goodness. Oh my.
You suck.
What a.
Thanks.
This is usually Zap Cannon. What a step down.
I would have loved to have another Zap Cannon. I'd just everybody shoot lasers at everything.
Right?
But I guess I won't be
TMs in
doing
this
that.
have been big stinky. All right. Well, from here, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, Tell Us Tuesday. Go ahead and let us know your favorite childhood shows down in the comments section below. I'm interested. Do you think kids going forward? Do you think they'll still? I know like cable is kind of becoming less and less a thing. And I wonder if things like YouTube and Twitch are just going to take over that void completely. So like 20 years from now, when like two people like us are asking each other, what did you watch all the time when you were a kid? Oh, Ninja! I watched Ninja every day, and
Right.
streamers and stuff. I wonder if that's going to
Markiplier
take over. Yeah, I wonder if that's going to become the new norm.
You know, you never know. I mean, the world just leans more and more on streaming every single day. You just wonder when like how it's gonna be for like television companies, especially like live sports. You know, that's becoming more streamable from what I've realized. So yeah, it all just feels like it's going that direction. And hello, Dragonite.
What a beautiful...
I love running into things like this when I can't use them. Not that I care for Dragonite all that much. I mean, it's cool, but
Yeah, he's less powerful in this game because they unbroke Rap, so, and there's no good dragon type move whatsoever, so he's less exciting in this game for sure.
They hyped up Dragonite so much. I remember watching the cartoon. And granted, this is if you watched the cartoon before you like played most of the game and saw everything. You know, Dragonite was like this big like silhouetted dragon that was like in one of the, even in the intro of the show. They're like, what is that thing? And they're like, that's a Dragonite. I was like, that's a Pokemon. And then you go and catch him. He looks like Barney the dinosaur almost. You know?
I was good. Yeah, and he's like in that episode of the anime. I know the one you're talking about. It's the Lighthouse one. It's like the 6th episode of the anime. Like it's pretty early. I think it's when Ash catches a Krabby or something. But they do that eventually. And yeah, he's like as tall as a cliffside light, like with a lighthouse on top of it. Probably like hundreds of feet tall. And then in game he's like 5'11". On Tinder I'm 6 foot.
I was gonna say, yeah, he's like shorter than I am, and I'm just like, you're not intimidating at all. You're just a chubby little dinosaur.
Okay, Rock Tunnel. I totally forgot Rock Tunnel. I guess we want to. Do we want to? I guess we can get this part first.
Well, I was gonna say that we gotta get the radio thingy. Where do we get that? Just up here?
I believe we get it in here. They basically just copy pasted Goldenrod's radio tower, and now that there's somewhere we go. This guy?
Man, they built this right on top of where all the tombstones and all of that are at. Like, I would be so unsettled doing this.
It's not great. Wait, what do you mean if you get an XP? You better get... Oh, did we talk to Mr. Fuji?
I am a super music director, huh? Your Pokegear can't tune into my music programs. Wait a minute. Oh, we gotta get an EXPN card?
This guy. I got this guy. Yeah. Good stuff. I was like, I know it's in here. I just don't know where. Alright, so I believe that gives us access to the Pokeflute, which now opens up the whole map.
Looks like we just got this card off of somebody who's in a trench coat. It's like, hey, you boys want a card for your radio dial? You're walking around with these days.
That guy's final line of the guy you're talking to, his text dialogue is the most radio disc jockey thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Don't be a square. Get your music off the air.
I'm gonna slap him right off of his bar stool.
Right. Oh, we're gonna have to do. It looks like to get Rock Tunnel from this side, we are gonna have to do one battle. That's okay. It'll be quick.
His loss, man. His loss.
That's true.
I guess.
You have to go buy some potions.
Oh, I need to go. Oh no, I don't need to go buy. But I got 15 great balls. That's fine. Or 13, I should say. That Articuno was weak, and I threw 2 balls and I got him.
Yeah, I'm okay. I got a... Who do I want for this? I'm a little scared. I think I have 10 Ultra Balls left. If this encounter right here costs a ton, I'll go buy some before we do Route 12, if we have time for Route 12 in this one. And if not, I can go buy some back in Saffron.
There you go. I would imagine, I guess it really depends on how long this encounter takes up here.
Yeah.
You know. This Chinchou is already trying to play dead. It's not dead yet, but it's got the crosses on its eyes.
Just the art style of that Chinchou, it looks like it was pulled straight out of Ed, Edd n Eddy. Something about it. It just, that weird like slapsticky cartoon style. It just looks so
If I caught a Chinchou, I'd call it Plank. Just go. Well, I guess no. That's not what Plank's eyes look like. Plank actually has eyes. Like I thought for some reason his eyes were like crosses too.
It is not my encounter, so I will stop my feet from moving.
It is me! And there's no items here, I don't think. No, there's not. Alright. R55? Yeah, 55.
It's our 55th encounter?
What about this encounter?
Did you say this is our 55th encounter?
55th.
Holy cow!
That's not including statics either.
Ooh,
Machoke! That's dupes.
It is dupes, yep. You do have a Machoke. Did you have a Machop as well?
I had one for 5 seconds.
Oh, you did, that's true.
I'm gonna call dupes on this one, just because I don't like Machoke.
You might be able to get him again.
Yeah, it probably would. Well, let's see what else we got in here. Let's see what we got. I'd like something a little cooler. Sorry, you Machamp fans out there.
What's cooler than 2 arms? 4 arms.
What's cooler than being cool? Ice cold! Give me another ice type.
All right. No matter what, I'm gonna name my Pokemon after that song, somehow.
Yeah, Outcast.
Is that the second dupe? So now whatever you get, you get?
Yep. Whatever I get, I get.
Alright.
If I get another Machoke, so be it. I'll take it.
Oh, it's different. I think it's still dupes.
It is, but I'm stuck with it, so.
It is still dupes, but you got it. Alright, it's okay. It's a water type to add to the collection.
That's regret, because a fighting type would have been much more preferable, honestly.
Yeah, there are less type combos. Well, with this pair, let's be honest.
Yeah, that's a male, though. See.
Oh, you're right. So that does not count.
Yep.
But even if, no matter what that thing got paired with, which it's looking like that might be my encounter, we'll see. Not set in stone yet. I could never run to a female one, it's possible. And...
We got Tangela.
Nope.
Okay. So male!
Didn't you? Maybe you got stuck trying to get a female SpaghettiOs as well, didn't you?
I did. I think that was full of that and Sunkerns, I think, in that one route, and he basically just blazed through the entire route leading up to Rock Tunnel. You're like, hey man, I'm already here. I was like, I just started!
Got literally stuck in the weeds.
So I named my last Kingler Claw. I'm gonna name this one...
That's a pair.
Oh, a Miltank. Wow, neither of us have seen that. This is gonna be...
No, it is the first time we've seen this rolling out demon.
Let's see here. What do I call this thing? What do I call a crab?
A crab? Dude, that was an easy Miltank. I mean, it was level 8, but come on now.
I was just gonna call it Krabs. Because we were talking SpongeBob earlier. This is Mr. Krabs. It's just like a healthier, younger version of him.
There you go.
Back in his like younger days, back in the military.
I was trying to think of shows from when I was a kid that had cows in them, and the first one that came up was Cow and Chicken. But the, but the cow's name is literally just Cow, so I'm probably not gonna name this thing Cow.
Right when you said shows with cow, yeah, I went immediately to Cow and Chicken. I was like, how could I forget that one? That was a good time. It's a good time. Because it very much resembled, it was like a lighter version of Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, both were Nickelodeon, and there was some strange... I think that there were some, like, probably maybe as a kid, because, like, but when those were on, when I was watching them, I was maybe a little bit too young to maybe understand some of the jokes, and maybe they were meant for a little bit of a more adult audience, but there was, like, Ren and Stimpy, Cow and Chicken, Rocko's Modern Life. There were a couple around that time period that I remember watching as a kid, and I was like, I don't get any of this, but I'll watch it.
But they're funny, they make funny faces, and they hurt each other a lot. Yeah, Rocko's Modern Life was a great time, but yeah, you go back and watch those from like 20 years old and up, and you're like, how did they get away with putting this stuff on air?
I was 3, yeah. Do we want to try to get this Route 12 encounter before time is up?
Yeah, I mean, we're at...
Might as well. We're going to have so many encounters next. Look, Kanto is nothing if not just an encounter fest. Pretty much from beginning to end, so whether we stick it at the beginning of this episode or at the start of the next one, we're still getting them all. We're still gonna just fill up the box with every encounter possible. Maybe get some sweet pairs. Hopefully we never have to use them, because that would mean we lose a member of the team. I think I have a Pichu.
Yeah, I think you caught one too. Yeah, you caught one on Route 8. So you are welcome to call dupes, sir.
Why am I leading with the slowest Pokemon on my team? Actually just making it impossible.
10 levels under is just this tiny little mouse jumps in front of his big, gigantic, jawed face. He's like,
you can't leave.
You're not going anywhere.
You're in my house now. I got you for 3 minutes of playtime. Oh, I'm taking that. I don't even care if I have that already. I want that.
There you go. Poliwrath. Let's go. I think you might have caught a Poliwhirl, but yeah, Poliwrath is pretty dope.
I love this Pokemon quite a bit, so I will take... I actually don't know if I caught a... Did I caught a Poliwhirl?
I think you did, but let me write down. Do you want to call dupes on that, or... Because I can look... You caught... No, I caught a Poliwag. But I could have sworn you caught a Poliwhirl. But maybe I am mistaken. Maybe. I said maybe. You're gonna make a mistake. I don't see a Poliwhirl on here, so maybe that is just a plain
I think this might actually just be my first time getting it, and to be honest, I love this Pokemon, so I don't mind this being an encounter at all. It is male, by the way, and it's a water
male Poliwrath. Poliwrath. I gotta write that down since I've fallen behind. Alright. I guess I'll just progress as I'm going down, because why not? I guess I better not go too far, because I could go way below, but I don't think I did.
Yeah, there's like a... that's new. That's new. That's a pain.
Yeah.
I don't think you've gotten a Weepin' Bell or
I'm almost positive I have. This is the first time I feel like I've seen a Bellsprout all game. Like, all series, I should say. And I'm not seeing a Weepin' Bell anywhere. I know I haven't seen a Victory Bell, so I think, this is what I'm getting.
I can tell you haven't got that because I would have screamed like in the anime, so you have not seen a Victory Bell.
Yeah, that's true. That you raise a very good point. How do I can't really hurt this thing. It's pretty high leveled, so I can't send Cloud in on it. I could... What if I fired a Zap Cannon since it resists it? Nah, I'd probably still kill it. Yikes.
I was able to just put it to sleep and one ball it. I got very lucky, but that's been my general strategy. I do need to buy more Pokeballs though.
It's just a darn Bellsprout. This shouldn't be too much of a big deal. But, you know, I've been wrong before. As Josh runs around tirelessly.
I gotta I know we have, and just, you know, we're ending the episode in a couple seconds here, but just to give you guys a little taste of what's coming up, we have an absolute encounter fest. If you thought the last couple episodes have been encounters, next episode is going to be maybe like 100, let's go like 99.9, we'll go Germex% encounters. There are going to be so many encounters the next episode as we make our way, I think, down to Fuchsia is the way we decided we're going to do it, because as I said earlier, at this point in the game, once you have access to the Pokeflute, the game just kind of opens up. You can kind of go whatever path. You can go fight Brock. You could go fight. You go to Fuchsia. You could go fight Erica. You could basically do anything except for fight the final gym leader. And I think we decided we're gonna go to Fuchsia, right? Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, you could do anything except catch Bellsprouts with one ball. It's broken. I haven't even gotten a shake yet. Not even a shake.
He moves like one of those flailing, what do they call that thing? A flailing arm inflatable tube man? That's on the car dealerships.
Wacky inflatable arm flailing tube man.
That's it, there you go. I knew I was missing an adjective in there. I was like, there's an extra wacky. Come on, Bellsprout, stop being wacky or I'm gonna get the weed whacker.
I'm about, you know what? You know what I'm gonna do? This is probably reckless, but I've grown so tired of his shenanigans. I'm gonna nightmare it. And watch, it wakes up after I cast it. I wouldn't doubt it. Would not doubt it.
Oh, sorry, was I sleeping?
Yes, I'm just so happy I'm getting use out of an otherwise useless move.
Right?
Because I've been like kind of leaning at it every once in a while, especially with like Pokemon I could never really hurt when they were way over leveled, and I could just chip away 25% whenever I want. Maybe I should, I guess I could try and throw a ball at it again, just to see if I get lucky. But this next nightmare should put it in the yellow at least. That'll help a little bit. One, two, three.
He's not quite scared enough yet. Add some clowns. Add some clowns to that.
Yeah. Add Pennywise sitting in the gutter, just waiting for you.
Did you have any recurring?
And a lawnmower.
Did you have any recurring nightmare? Not to bring up old repressed memories, but did you have any like nightmares that consistently had? I remember we watched Jurassic Park with my family, and I had T-Rex chase dreams for like a month straight.
Well, this is what's going to be appearing in my nightmares.
Oh, is a Bellsprout?
It is a frigid Bellsprout.
Doing one damage.
Really, the only thing that's ever spooked me, nightmare-wise, is bees. Or wasps, bees? I should say. Swarms of wasps. Just like, I am so freaking terrified. Thank you! Finally! I hate wasps. Like, I'm so terrified of them. I've gotten better about them over the years as far as, like, you know, I gotta take care of them. Like, if they build nests, like, around the house, some gotta spray them, knock them down, all that crap. I could not. I could handle spiders all day long. Spiders are nothing to me. They are nothing. Because they're, you know, usually stuck to the wall, and the only time they're not is if they're dangling from a web, and they're kind of weak at that point anyway. But wasp, like, anything that can fly on, like, just anywhere and can sting you from any angle, it's terrifying.
I also hate those. No shame, don't care who I'm hanging out with, who can see me. If I see one of those, I'm Naruto running away as fast as humanly possible. I'm out.
I also got stung by one when I was like 10 years old on the back of the neck. And I wasn't even doing anything. I was just standing there. It was just like,
I was visiting my aunt, and we finished visiting my aunt. I just had finished playing a ton of N64 because she had an N64. My mom came to pick me up. I walked down the stairs, and as I was walking down the stairs to get out of there, it just landed on my back and stung me because they're just generally jerks.
Yeah, I agree with it. Bumblebees, you do some alright things. You know, you pollinate plants and whatever else.
Flowers alive, yeah.
Any kind of other bees out there generally have a purpose. Wasps' sole purpose are one, make it difficult to say when you pluralize it, and two, just make your life heck in general. But,
yes.
Hey.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate it. Next episode, as I said, will be over on Totter's channel, link in the description below, and it is going to be an absolute encounter fest. We're going to go make our way down to Fuchsia. There may be so many encounters. We would love to be able to squeeze in the Fuchsia gym at the very end. It'll depend on how many encounters we get. I'm pretty sure there's like 3 or 4 or 5 just on the way to Fuchsia, and then there's Fuchsia itself, and then there's Safari. Yep. Wait, Safari Zone's closed in this, isn't it?
I think so. I think it might be right. I'm not sure though. So that's
closed, but there's still routes around. Like, we could literally, theoretically, probably get like 5+ encounters next episode. We'll see how many make sense in a time period. Maybe squeeze in a gym battle at the end. We'll see how fast we can get there. There's probably going to be a couple trainers on the way, but you'll have to go check out Totter's channel on Thursday to see how far we get with that. Do you have anything else to add, Todd?
No, that's pretty much it for me. Thanks for talking about nightmares. I'm going to probably dream about wasps now.
Sorry. Like I said, didn't mean to bring that up. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you on Thursday.
See you later. What kind of nightmares you have as a kid? Thanks, Josh.
No problem. You know, just fun, friendly banter, good stuff to think about.
Yeah, good stuff.
Bum, bum.